Good morning, Dean here from RC Gadgets and Toys. Where have I been and what have I sold? Where I think I should have put, where shall I start? There's good news and news. I wouldn't say bad news, but just good news and news. So you haven't seen me for a while, and the reason being, well, to be honest, eBay's been ticking along, but I've had some really busy weeks last week, which you'll see some stuff that I've sold. I'm a little bit behind, and my full-time, real-time job went mental. So I've just got too much work, so I haven't been able to put onto any social media or YouTube or any TikTok, nothing. So this is a little bit of a catch-up. So I think first of all, I'm just going to go through very quickly what I've sold. So AW Greece purchased by Alan. So thank you, Alan. And then Andre bought some MO5 adjustable upper arm set, new in stock. Then Anthony bought some TRF urethane bushes. They go really, really well. Rupinder bought two MO5 adjustable upper arms. Callum bought the Hot Wheels BMW set. Kath bought some damper oil. Again, selling very quickly is the damper oil. So moving swiftly on to eBay. So where am I at? So over the last few weeks, nothing much has changed. We're still trying to build up inventory to sell things more regularly. Now, I have noticed that the profit margins look good on my store, but they're not brilliant. We're not making £10 per item as per lots of eBayers on their minimum. Sometimes I'm only making like £4, three, and occasionally like a pound. Depends on what I'm selling. It could be a simple fact of the buying, but I've got the buying power through the channels that I use. It just means you've got to sell a lot of it. Now, I haven't been to any car boot sales yet. The local one, I say local, it's about 40 minutes away, kept being rained off. I do think it ran the previous weekend, but I didn't have time to go. So eBay has been just my only source of income with what I'm buying for eBay and through my normal suppliers. I will be adding car boot items onto my eBay store, so I've got another source of inventory. So my inventory has been building up gradually. We've gone up from like 300, I think it was actually 299 items on my store. It's now to sort of 320, 25, 26, and that will build up to probably about 330 maybe by the end of these next few days, as I've scheduled some more um, radio controlled parts and Tamiya parts going online. Um, the metrics on my store are okay. Nothing's like setting the world alight, but it's ticking over. It's not making, you know, a full-time acquisition just yet. It'll probably be closer to a part-time move rather than a full-time move, if I'm honest. I think one of the main issues is it's purely the buying power. I don't get masses and masses of discount. I get normal standard discount, which is what I guess most people would get on the buying level that I'm at. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's better than nothing. So what I'm trying to do is build up a rapport with these suppliers. Um, I've already got like, a good percentage off of my Tamiya items, and these are easier to sell and more frequent on my store. The Hot Wheels are really a slow burner, so I've got more more stock coming in from two suppliers. Um, Whether I actually stick to Hot Wheels is another matter. They do sell. Some lines sell very quickly. Others are just dormant. I don't quite know what to do. And they're not really like overpriced or underpriced, but they are selling, but not from my store. The same as the Burago McLaren set. It's a brilliant set. Um, but nothing really is happening, to be honest. It's just sat there, and it's not overpriced or underpriced. But for an F1 fan, nevertheless, it would be a great purchase with the cars that are in there. But yeah, not quite sure what to do with that. Maybe it's not as a great seller as I thought. So we'll see on that one. So yeah, going forward. Now, I don't know whether I'll be doing weekly selling videos. The reason is, it's because I don't know. I might change it to perhaps every 2 weeks or something, because my idea was to sell a lot often, and then on a weekly video on YouTube is let you know what I've sold and name the people. But I don't think I'm selling enough. So I think a video like this every 2 weeks is more beneficial. I'm not really, how should I say? It's on my YouTube channel with my selling, my eBay store, the eBay experiment. Now that will gather momentum as time goes on, but I think I'm not going to be too like focused on building a YouTube channel on something that isn't building that quick anyway. Because the YouTube channel, there's not much to put on there other than what I've sold. Now, I think what I'm going to do is every 2 weeks do a video like this, which I just ran them together. So you've got a bit more bulk of what I've sold and name the people and a quick update towards the end. It might not be nowhere near as long as what this is. I mean, this is getting into 8 minutes of me rambling. So one of the major differences that I'm going to do with my eBay store is I did in a previous video, actually, I mentioned about the promoted items, and I did try a bit of promoted items on a couple of lines. Sold a couple of bits and pieces. However, eBay take far too much of that margin, far too much. So I've literally, at the time of recording this video, I've cancelled all my promotional campaigns. I mean, I was only running 2 anyway. So they've now gone, and I'm going to rely organically on selling items through eBay. I've always said this. I still think eBay have far too much control over what is sold on your store and what isn't. Even when you go through all the metrics and the advice, you use AI, because Chat GPT is, I wouldn't say partnered with eBay, but they're promoted through eBay. I've used Chat GPT for a while for ideas and phrasing certain things, but not to write adverts out. Um, so I still think there's far too much control via the eBay. Um, what is it? The eBay world, if you like. So yeah, I will probably see you. Well, not probably. I'm going to see you every 2 weeks with a slightly shorter video. Depends what I've sold, but at least every 2 weeks there'll be things that I can show you that I've sold. We give a shout out to all the people that have purchased, like I did today. I didn't mention whether any of these were repeat buyers, because even now I'm under a little bit of time constraint with work, not so much eBay because I've done all the packaging this morning when I recorded this video, but with real work. So my day-to-day job, it's gone a bit manic at the moment. So without further ado, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I don't know whether I'll post on TikTok. I might do just a quick update, but again, that won't be daily. That'll return to perhaps every 2 weeks or weekly, because it'd be a very short um, video recording on TikTok if you're interested. There are links in the bio for all my social medias. But without further ado, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated, or listening, because you can't really watch anything because nothing's happening on the screen. But I will see you again in 2 weeks' time with some more sales and an update. If something does change between now and that 2 weeks, something dramatic, then I'll do a video about that. But I do appreciate the people that subscribe. Thank you for that. If you are interested in what I'm doing, then please drop us a like and share the channel, because there's lots of eBay full-time reselling channels on YouTube. So there's plenty to choose from, but I do appreciate those that watch this one. So I'm going to go. I'm done. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. My name's Dean from RC Gadgets and Toys, eBay, the eBay experiment, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.